Time is 9:37 a.m. We will take attendance, beginning with Ms. Mitchell.
Cynthia Mitchell, County Attorney.
Paula McFeeters.
Zach Swearingen.
Miles Lucero.
Thank you to everybody else in attendance. First up, we have Janelle Quick with a PHEF scholarship briefing.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
We were just saying, like, I want to scream from the rooftops. I'm from Pueblo. I usually do anyway, but I'm very inspired by you guys today. So I like to come every spring and kind of give you a snapshot of how the last academic year went, how we served Pueblo's students and utilized the Pueblo County Scholarship Fund. So I put together a very short, brief slideshow for you. This year we served with Pueblo County dollars, we served 365 students with scholarships, and those average about $2,000 a piece. So they're an impact scholarship. They're not small by any measure. And it allows for students, especially at the community college level, to really, I mean, obviously it's less expensive at the community college level, so they really can, that's a big impact. We serve students at 55 institutions across the state, and we have 96 unique majors. So our kids, and I say kids respectfully, I have adult learners, but they're always my kids. Our students are doing fantastic things. You can switch, please. So I'd like to go through just a little bit of demographics for you. We have seen, I think, just by the sheer nature of our population in Pueblo, we're serving a large population of Hispanic and Latino students, as well as our Caucasian white students, Black, African American, Asian, Native American, and then a lot of mixed race families, just from the discussion before with the melting pot of Pueblo. We have an amazing group of students that are doing good work. So this number is really huge for us. This is the most first generation students that we've served in the 6.5 years that I've been with PHEF, but 234 of our students are first generation. And so that means that they don't have a support system in place to help them go to college. Their families did not go. It's a very nuanced kind of new territory to be going through. And so 234 kids are really recognizing the importance of education and kind of changing the dynamic of previous generational wealth and determination. So we're very excited about that number here in Pueblo. You can change it. So we are seeing a high percentage of female students over male students. We have a small percentage of transgender and other gender identifiers. We're concerned, and it is a national concern, that the male population is not attending higher education. And so we're going to be taking a look at that and see how we can increase those numbers, at least for Pueblo County. But we still, I just say girl power, because, you know, we're doing what we need to do. Go ahead. Like I said, we serve students in 55 different universities and colleges across the country. So you can see where we're sending our students on this map. You can see Hawaii off in the far distance. We have one student who goes to the University of Hawaii, Manoa, studying marine biology. And then everywhere else around the country. My hope is that at some point that map will have every state represented. It's a great testament to students finding where they need to go to college to get the best education they can. We have two fantastic institutions locally, but they don't always meet the needs. You can't do marine biology in landlocked Colorado. So it is beneficial that we can send students all over. And I think that's really critical of the funds that we ask for that specific reason, so that the students are making the choice about what's their most advantageous place to study. 96 separate and distinct majors for our students, and they're studying really great things. And I think what's tremendously positive about this is that they are our future workforce and they're our future employees. And so to look at what they're studying and where we can supplant them in our communities is critical. And to your point earlier that you were speaking of economic development and workforce development, we have to look to what our students are interested in and where they want to work and what they want to be and grow up to be. And so having all of these really for me is a roadmap for what kind of industry, what kind of jobs, what kind of things need to come to Pueblo. And I I look at this list and I definitely don't see service industry jobs. I don't see baristas. I don't see those kinds of jobs. What I do see are people who are learning amazing stuff to keep our country going. And so I want to help be part of the mission of this community to build jobs that can bring our kids to Pueblo. We talked about leaving Pueblo to go to college, but we want them to bring those resources back to make us a better place. So this year, we have a great partnership with the Colorado Opportunity Scholarship Initiative, which we always call COSI, and the Pueblo County Scholarship Fund Partnership. When we can allocate the dollars from the county and leverage them to get matching grants from the state, that's putting $606,000 of scholarship money for our students. And those students are low to moderate income students who meet Pell eligibility. So they are truly in financial need of scholarships, not a merit based. So $606,000 is a huge amount of money to support students. And the other areas of support, which we've really had a great opportunity to work with the commission to find funding for those that we need to serve that aren't high need or stay in Pueblo. So Advantage scholarships are for graduate level students. Colorado Proud are for the students who go anywhere in the state outside of Pueblo that don't have financial need. So they don't meet the criteria for Pell eligibility. The red, white, and blue allows students to leave the state of Colorado and attend college. And then we have a little supplant of money for veterans. Sometimes veterans expend their GI Bill and still need support. So we like to put money there to help them. And we work in collaboration with Veterans Upward Bound locally. So we find the students who need that support. And so we put about $156,000 into scholarships for that population of students. I think the big thing I like to reiterate for PHEF is that we don't just hand out scholarship money. It is really critical for us to build a safety net and a support system so that the students know that we don't just write a check and send them on their way and not check with them. Their success is our success. So we like to put things in place that meet really important things. Socialization. So we do fun things like Walter's Brewery and went to college night and played bingo. We're doing volunteer work in our community. We went and cleaned the bison exhibit at the zoo. We're hosting workshops on planning and organizing and working with Office 365 Excel, which I still don't know all these years. We make sure students know about free application days that save them money. We make sure they know how to complete our application so that they don't miss out on funding from PHEF. You can switch it. We also make sure we're taking care of their holistic mental health. So we do meditation classes and we did music and mental wellness workshops. We went and did Zumba at El Centro de Quinto Sol. Had a great time there with about 15 kids that never did Zumba a day in their life, but it was fun. We're doing financial literacy in a partnership with Junior Achievement. I'm going out and meeting with students on campuses so that I can see them where they are, not always just on the phone checking in, but actually going up to places like Boulder and having lunch and bringing the students together with the chancellor and being able to have time with the one person on campus who can make pivotal change for students from Pueblo. And then again, another fun bowling night. So those are the extra things that we go above and beyond just handing out scholarship dollars because we know that this is a journey that just isn't successful with only money. And so we really pride ourselves on taking care of our students. So I love PHEF. I hope you guys do too. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
How's your bowling game?
Oh, I'm horrible,
Oh, okay.
horrible, but I have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Zumba game is bad, my bowling game is bad, and I didn't play the bingo.
Well, I admire your ability to put those events together.
Thank
and
you.
Bravely be an example of just not being fearful about your score or how well you Zumba.
Yes, and that's it. I mean, socialization is such a huge piece, and most of our events like that we try to do over spring breaks and Christmases. So we include the students who are leaving and coming back for the holidays. But it's also a chance for them to just, in the days of scrolling and staying behind a screen and not getting out there and doing things, like socialization is such a huge piece. And then even with our Pueblo students who are commuter students, we have to remind them that just because you do stay in Pueblo and go to college up at the university, treat that as though you were somewhere else. Get to campus first thing in the morning and stay there all day. Go take a nap in the library, go study, go eat on campus, go find clubs and organizations and build that college experience even though you're still living at home. And we try to really instill that in our Pueblo students who stay local.
It's great. All I can say is thank you. I've worked with you and PHF for quite a while
Yeah.
when I was at Pueblo Community
Yeah.
College, and I know the great work that you do. So
Yeah.
thank you for all you do. for our students.
Absolutely. We love our students, and I would put Pueblo's students up against just about anybody else in the whole state or even the country. We have such smart, dynamic students in our community, and they're really doing really amazing things. And so I also have some thank you letters and some essays I want to send over to you guys just so that you kind of see it in perspective, how this money is really impacting them.
Yeah, I would just say thank you, Janelle, and maybe you should meditate before you throw the bowling ball.
Maybe we can combine them, huh?
Yeah, sit there and
Zumba
meditate.
before bowling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm horrible.
good.
No, just again, I couldn't agree more about the socialization piece. I mean, it's such a big part of education in general,
Mhm.
to get kids to be able to interact because, yeah, us growing up, we didn't have computers in our pockets, and it's, sometimes things that were intended to draw people closer together, isolate them, and we've all seen that. So I think that these are phenomenal things that you're doing to really encourage them to participate. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is now with where we are and the excise dollars and all of those things that go into it. But education is a big piece for people, and that doesn't always have to mean, I mean, look at all of the different majors or items being studied that you presented. I mean, that's across the board. And I would agree with you that Pueblo is representative of the entire country. And it's seen by, presidential campaigns coming here, national news, comes out of Pueblo often. And so it is, we have some really high quality people here, high quality students. And I would agree with you that, and I always say, you don't want to force people to come back and you want people to go out and experience the world and everything else like that, but to at least give them the opportunity to come back. And for that to happen, we need jobs.
Absolutely.
And we need industry. And, Paula was alluding to the steel mill earlier. It's not there. I mean, my dad worked there. Everybody would work there, and you could go out and travel and do X, Y, and Z, and say at least I can always come back and work at the mill. And so we really need to keep that in focus because we will lose students that will go off and find something that they could want to stay here, but those economic opportunities are not here. So it takes all of us working together to cultivate that workforce, to bring those jobs here, to bring that industry here, and really keep that at the forefront of all of our goals. So I applaud you and
Thank
always
you.
have appreciated what y'all do. So
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a few questions about the specifics of your processes. Can you just talk about kind of the application process? What are the minimum requirements to apply for PHEF scholarships? And maybe like what percentage of applicants do receive some level of scholarship? And then what are the different levels of scholarship available?
Sure. So our application process is pretty simple. We manage over 20 scholarships at PHEF. Some are cozy, some are non-cozy scholarships that help education. We have private scholarships and we have PHEF dollars. And so the best part about our application is once a student applies with one application, there's so many fielding questions on the application that sieves them through. And so if you apply once, it will push you into every scholarship you qualify for. So you have up to 20 scholarships to be potentially earning at some point. And so that's how the application process goes. We open that application every January and it goes through April 1st. We have about this year we had about 533 students apply. It's down a little bit by about 175 students from last year. I don't know why. A little bit of just the context of students not, this generation doesn't know if they want to go to school. Some of them want to enter the workforce right away. And so we did see a little bit of a drop, but out of those 530 some kids that applied, we're hoping to serve about 75% of them. That kind of tends to be where we're at every year, depending on how much money we've raised, how much money we get supported through the Pueblo County Scholarship Fund, and then the matching grants from the state. So that is how that process goes. And then remind me what your second question was.
I forgot. I do have
Me
another
too.
question though. Can you talk about I know a big chunk of at least the county dollars that go to PHEF stay in Pueblo. Do you know roughly kind of percentage wise what dollar or yeah, what percentage dollar amounts of the county dollars that go to PHEF stay at our institutions here in town?
Sure. So there's about an 81-19% split. So 81% of the money that we get from the county, and then overall with the monies that PHEF offers is about 81% stays in local institutions. And then about 19% is what goes outside. So that's kind of the number we're sitting at as an organization. I'd have to drill down a little bit just specifically for county dollars, but I would assume it'd be comparable.
Okay, that's really good to know. I had something, but I lost it again. Oh, I was going to ask, folks, applicants don't have to be a high school senior necessarily.
Correct. You don't have to be a high school senior to apply. We actually encourage students to apply during their entire 4 years or 2 years of education. I also am remiss not to tell you that we do support students who go into the trades. So we have scholarships that are available if you need welding equipment or you need specialty clothing for a specific pipe fitting job. We've bought a set of professional culinary knives for a culinary student because you can't even start your program without some of those things. So we don't always just focus on the 2 year and 4 year path, but we also take a look at students who need those kinds of things in order to be successful in whatever certification program or micro credentialing that they're looking to get so they can enter the workforce.
Okay. One more thing. I know there's the cozy match that you use county dollars to match cozy.
Correct.
Are there other matching scholarships where you utilize county dollars to to gain more dollars from outside?
At this time, there isn't anything else that we can utilize county dollars for in the way of match. It's not that we're not looking, it just doesn't seem to be anything that we've been able to find at this point. So the Colorado Department of Education COSI scholarships or matching grants are where we put as much of the county dollars to receive those matching grants. And it really is almost dollar for dollar. Even in some cases with one grant we received for 1 year, we were able to get a reduced cost match. So we put in less money and the state put in more money. So we do have leveraging your dollars, the county's dollars for those matching grants is really huge because it essentially doubles our money that we can put towards our students in our community. And that's fantastic, right? Who
important.
gets, it's like buy one, get one free money.
Yeah,
It's
it's important.
fantastic.
All righty, ma'am. Thank you. We appreciate everything
Yeah,
you do.
thank
for
you guys for
kids.
having us today.
Thank you. That'll bring us into operational updates if anybody has anything.
I just have a really quick one. We did have a guest on Tuesday that performed an ADA compliance audit. The suggestion was made that we have some more robust listening devices for hearing impaired folks that visit chambers for our meetings. So Tommy's working on that. He's already been in contact with a couple vendors. And so assuming you have no issue with that, I think we'll head down that road, at least getting a couple of those to have on hand. And then we do need to designate a new ADA contact at the county. I reached out to Ms. Trish Turner and she agreed that should be an HR function. So she's going to take that on and we'll get documentation updated as to who that specific contact is.
Okay. Yeah, and those, I mean, just for information's sake, specifically not asking for that, but those, what we heard last week was those, or this week, those listening devices aren't like crazy expensive either.
I don't think so.
No, I think they were, I mean, they were sub $100, I think, a piece, right? Wasn't it something like that? Okay, all right. I mean, yeah, but I mean, we owe it to folks out there. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I just, real quick, at that Memorial Day event is 11 a.m. down at the Veterans Bridge on Monday. But I don't have anything beyond that. Good?
Operationally, just wanted to let everybody know Trish Turner, our new chief of HR, has been working diligently with the staff. Changes are forthcoming. In addition, we as the Board of County Commissioners have been meeting off and on individually and in groups with our directors and our chiefs to navigate managing the county in lieu of hiring a chief, what is the name?
Chief Administrator.
Administrator. I can't say it for some reason.
CAO.
CAO. And in lieu of hiring a CAO, we had a really big pool of applicants now that we're going to be going through, and just to update folks, looking to hire that position within weeks. So we won't be without a chief or a CAO for very long. And in the meantime, we are navigating, managing the county where we can with our directors and our other chiefs being on board with us. So it's been an adventure of a lifetime to navigate the last 6 months, but I feel like we are headed in the right direction. We worked on our strategic plans and ideas, and I did have a conversation yesterday with Trish about organizational management and how we begin to incorporate that in all of the planning that we do for our staff for the next year as well. So things are moving and we are getting through it. So I just wanted to give a little bit of update. We're kind of hands-on right now with a lot of things we wouldn't normally be, but that's what we've got to do in the interim till we hire the CAO. So thank you everyone for understanding and working with us as we've navigated the last few months.
I agree. Yeah. Thank you for all the behind the scenes work that everybody is doing. And again, just to echo to countywide as a whole, if we don't know of issues, we can't address issues. So please, we do have open door policies, I think, all three of us. So please keep us in the loop on things. That'll leave us with a request for executive session, Ms. Mitchell.
Thank you, Commissioners. I also just wanted to note that in 1997, the board passed a resolution appointing the HR Director and Public Works and Facilities Director, the ADA coordinators for Pueblo County, but it's probably time that we just refresh that and
Okay.
bring it back.
Thanks.
Um,
Sorry, I did have one more small operational thing. I sit on that Southeastern Colorado Opioid Region Abatement Board. Right now, so it was me as the primary, and then Under Sheriff Bryant was the secondary Pueblo County rep. We need to appoint a secondary person to that board. I didn't know if you guys wanted it to be one of you, or if we prefer to solicit applicants, talk to the sheriff and see if he's got somebody in mind. Do you have any thoughts at first blush on what you prefer?
Probably somebody either in law enforcement or DHS is the initial thought process that I have.
Their JBBS folks might be
Yep.
an excellent
Right.
resource.
I was just thinking that. We
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
someone who's in that space to understand that.
Yeah, it would be good for them to be plugged in with that group. Just, I try to do my best of like passing on when grant cycles are happening, but their subject matter expertise
Correct.
could be beneficial.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would say, we can just reach out. Will Tommy just reach out to
Yeah,
JBBS
we,
then?
we can get
Okay.
in touch with the sheriff and his JBBS staff and
Yeah.
see if they.
That
wanna
sounds like a
nominate someone.
plan.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
good, thank you. Well, now that'll leave us with the request for executive session.
Thank you, Commissioners. It would be appropriate to go into executive session for the purpose of receiving legal advice on specific legal questions under CRS Section 24.6, 424B, and the specific legal issues are regarding an MOU regarding Project Falcon, and to determine positions relative to matters that may be subject to negotiations, developing strategy for negotiations, and instructing negotiators under CRS Section 24.6, 424E, also regarding an MOU regarding Project Falcon.
Thank you. I will ask for a motion to go into executive session for the reasons cited.
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, we're in executive session.